Obviously, this has been a pretty crazy year for oil prices. We saw that huge decline as the world economy shut down because of the virus. What's going to be driving things as we head into next year? Is it still the virus front and center?
It's absolutely the virus front and center, and the vaccines. And you can see in China where the vaccines are, people have been vaccinated and they've dealt with the virus. Oil demand is actually higher than it was last year. But the number one thing out there is how long is it going to take to get the vaccine out to people, and that will get oil out of this $40 to $50 range.
Out of the $40, $50 range to where?
Well, I think it's reasonable to think that a $50 to $60 range is what you'd be looking at, and you'll see world oil demand probably by the end of 2021 or 2022 back to where it was in 2019 before this all started.
Hey, Dan, there have been people who look at the industry and say that, this is an outdated industry. We are moving into the future. You've got electric vehicles that are going to be taking down demand for oil and all kinds of other things. What do you say to that idea?
Well, certainly the electric car is coming. Your discussion earlier this morning about Apple, both from a regulatory point of view and the automobile companies are gearing up for electric cars. But it's going to take a long time to turn over the automobile fleet. There are 280 million cars in the United States. About 279 million of them run on gasoline. So I think the notion of oil peaking is like a decade away, not tomorrow.
You actually see another big threat, though, and that's a threat of any potential clashes with the United States and China, any additional clashes from here, that could be something that really disrupts the oil market and the energy market.
Well, I think that would disrupt the global economy. And Becky, it's been quite striking. If you add up all the things that are happening, the unraveling of the relationship between the U.S. and China across the economic front, on not only on trade, but on investment, on technology, and it seems to be accelerating. And you have it, particularly if you look at something like the South China Sea, where U.S. and Chinese naval ships have several times come close to colliding. That's the worry there. And it's the biggest geopolitical problem that the Biden administration will face.
Dan, we're almost out of time, but very quickly, is OPEC going to be as strong as it has been to this point, or are there other forces that are going to force it out?
Well, it's going to be OPEC plus. The relationship between Saudi Arabia and Russia is critical. Last year, they were in an oil war. A few days ago, the Saudi and the Russian minister had a joint barbecue together. So if they hang together, you'll see that stabilization. But their problem going into 2021 is to get out of the production restraint, and countries will start thinking more about market share. I think the other factor is when the U.S. begins to recover its oil production and starts to grow again.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.